Now, I've done a bunch of retirements, but this is like retiring my daughter here. Yeah, so hey, distinguished guests, family, friends, Marines, welcome to the retirement of Master Gun Sergeant Lisa Marshall. That sounds crazy, right? To say that. So it's first of all, it's an honor to be up here with you. We've talked about this day. We fought about this day.
We did.
Multiple times, right? Apparently, y'all saw I lost the last argument because we're here, right? And that time you called, the time we talked about this, because she's tried to get out of here a long time ago. Even before she was going to be pinned on Master Gunner Sergeant to, she was going to leave, but I convinced her to stay, and it was the right thing to do. All right, so now you're here, and when we met for the last time we were in Breadme, right? We were in Breadme in Quantico, Q-Town somewhere?
Yeah.
And I said, all right, I got to gear up for this fight because I know it's coming. And we get in there, as soon as I saw 30 seconds, I looked her in her eye, and I said, oh, this is it. This is it. Not because she was dumb to wrinkle, but she'd done all she needed to do. It was time for her to go, and so I had to relent and let her go ahead and retire and everything. So, but she had the last laugh because I said, okay, so when we doing it? And she said this date, and I said, okay, yeah. And I said, well, what's the uniform? She said, Alphas. I said, now, I've been retired for 5 years. I said, I don't know if you know about retirees, but, I did 30 years. I want to have a good time, right? So she said, she gave me her last order and said, hey, get on that daggone treadmill, pound the pavement, and be ready, sir. So here I am. All right? Well, appreciate it. At least I look good, baby?
Yes, you look very good.
All right. Okay, so so back to y'all know y'all don't want to hear me flap my guns. I'm not gonna be here long because y'all want to hear from the woman of the hour here. But she's a special Marine, special woman, special mother. Okay, and I want to talk about all that. She came in the Marine Corps around December 2000. She graduated boot camp probably March 2001. Of course, meritoriously. We expect nothing less from the great Master Gunner Sergeant right here. So she graduated, and that was indicative of how her career was going to go from that point on, right? So she graduated from there, then she goes off to Atheist B, and she won't say this, but I'll say this. Her favorite unit that she ever went to, for two reasons. One, she deployed to, supporting, enduring freedom. And two, she met me, right? Yeah, so we met there. I was a young warrant officer, brand new. I just got out of TBS. Show up, I'm gonna do all these great things, and then I'm there for about 2 months, and they say, hey, we're going to Kuwait, we're going to Iraq. And I'm like, okay. And so I got this platoon, awesome platoon. I got my first chief in here, Master Sergeant Murphy. He was Staff Sergeant Murphy at the time. He drove a hard bargain with the Marines. And he pulled no punches with then Corporal Troop. So, and then unfortunately he left, but hey, she was ready to go. Everybody's ready to go. We get over there. And we get in Kuwait, and they're like, hey, she can't come with you down the combat zone. And I'm like, nah, she's going to come with me. And they're like, I'm a warrant officer. They're like, yeah, whatever. I think you heard what I said there. And so for the first time in my career, I know my wife didn't like this, but I threw down my bars and said, hey, no, either she's going, I ain't going, right? They said, all right, cool, all right, but she's your responsibility. Well, they're all my responsibility. So nevertheless, she went. We go, and I keep her close. She was with me every step of the way. We were there. She had my back. I had her back, and literally, I don't have to ask, how it would be to be in a foxhole with somebody. We were literally in a foxhole together. So we get over there, and remember we got the big speech because the main effort was, hey, they were going to blow all the bridges in Baghdad, and we were going to have to lay down bridges and get the Marine Corps inside of Baghdad so we can complete the mission. We get down there, and it's craziness going on and everything. She doesn't waver. I watch her. She's with me the whole way. Bullets are flying, bombs are going off. She's outstanding. I can't say that for everybody. But I can say that about her. She was doing her thing. She really impressed me and impressed everybody and exceeded all expectations of what people thought of her. She's had to fight through that her whole career. The naysayers, the negative thoughts about her and all that. She's pushed through it. She never wavered from a fight. She stepped forward, and it was that day, that we made history because we got the big speech. We were gonna make history, and we were like, yeah, whatever. We got to go do this thing and make it through. Literally, there's a wing in here in the museum we're at, where we made history. We went over there the other day. It's your favorite unit. But we'll progress to the other ones, okay? So she went to 9th ESP after that, and then she, at that point, she made a crazy decision, one I didn't like. She decided she was no longer gonna be an engineer. She's gonna be a career planner. I told her she's out of her mind. What? How are you gonna leave engineers? But she knew better, and of course it was biased. I knew she was gonna be great because whatever she put her mind to, she was gonna be great at. Okay, there was no thing. So she does that, goes over to Intel Battalion, and of course, you know, Miss Marshall here, she can't just sit around and just do career planning. She's on the division matches team. She's shooting in competition. She's doing all these things. She's awesome. That's how she's always been. She's running marathons. I mean, if it needs to be done, she has done it. Okay, and so she goes there, and then she comes back, swings with the wing for a little bit with Miles 31 and everything, and Buford, and that's when old Sean is born here, which changes her life. She now becomes a mother. Now it's not all about her, and a hell of a mother she became. Because I mean, I've heard about you, Sean, since you took your first breath. Every decision she made thereafter was about you and for you. So, but after that, then another highlight was in FY11 there was a great injustice done. Okay, she was second runner-up for Career Planner of the Year. I think it was rigged. I'm biased and I'm in the tank, but I think it was rigged. Okay, but that right was written wrong. It was adjusted in 2014. She became the Career Planner of the Year, and which is no surprise to none of us and everything. So it should have been done back in 2011. I still hold out. And if you're here and you won that 2011, I'm sorry. And for that matter, if you didn't win in 2014, I'm not sorry if you're here. I'm just putting that out there. Okay. So she was meritoriously promoted to Gunner Sergeant, which is no easy feat. Which, of course, there we go. We knew when she was going to be a POC that's what was going to happen. So she does that. She comes back to Lejeune for a little bit. She's with 310. There's another highlight. She's with 310. Before they closed down, you're only with them for like 13 months, I think. And she's on this Congress, mandates that the DOD do a study on women in combat. So who do they ask to be on that board? Old Marshall here. They asked her to be on it. It was the Women in Service Restriction Board, right? Something like that. Service board. So anyway, it was completed around 2012, and it now paved the way for women to be in combat roles like they are today. Without that board, the women would not be where they are. She's a trailblazer, for sure. Another thing that she did that a lot of people don't know is that also when we were in Iraq, once we accomplished the mission, we were in Baghdad. I had some guys come up to me and they were like, "Hey, we need can we use your corporal here?" And I said, "For what?" They say, "Hey, we're going to go on night raids and we need a female." It's the Lioness program, which you see on TV now. She was in it in the beginning, and at first I was kind of like, I don't know. I'm keeping her close. I don't know. But of course I went and talked to this one, and what did she do? She wanted to go, so I let her go, and she goes on night raid and comes back. I couldn't sleep. Is everything all right? She makes it back. She tells me all about it. The next day they said, "Man, she's awesome, man. Can we get her again?" She's like, and then before you know it, she's going out every night on night raids. She's, what can I say about her? And another good fact about her is about 2003, probably about, I don't know, July, she probably was the most popular Marine, popular person in Iraq. So let me tell you, we were in Baghdad. They said, "Hey, we got to win the hearts and minds of the people. Hey, engineers, get out there. I want y'all to build hook up the playground so the kids can come out and play." So, okay, we go out there, we're doing our thing, and there's all this commotion. I'm like, what's going on? What's all this? I get my translator, what are they saying? I see her, and the Marines have put her on top of a 5-ton. And I'm like, why is she up? What's going on? All these men have come from all over, and they're all proposing to her. They're all, and listen, and she would have been flattered, except for every one of them were saying, "Hey, I'm asking you to be my 6th or 7th wife, not the 1st." Okay, and I'm not talking it was 3-4 guys. I'm talking about And there's a couple of people in here that was there. It was so bad that we had to put her on top of the 5-ton and then disperse these people. So that's a little known fact about it. Okay.
crazy.
So going forward, she goes back to Okinawa. As you can see, the theme is Okinawa. She loves Okinawa. She goes back to Okinawa, and she's there 2017 time frame, and she's roaming around, and she runs into a wayward corporal that's over there, right? And he, he's kind of, what he wanted to do with his career and everything, all that other stuff, and right now. And it's funny because I had her as a corporal. That's when I met her, and that wayward corporal was my son. There, Stash Arhan, sitting right here. So she runs into my son, right? Talks to him and everything. He's an ammo tech at the time. And all of a sudden, next thing I know, I get a call. Dad, I'm gonna be a career planner. I'm like, career planner? I said, who in the hell? And then I get a text from her. Guess who I saw? Argument. He's a career planner today. He's a staff sergeant today. Thanks to her leadership, and I took care of her. She took care of my son. It's been good. So that's another thing. So then she comes back. She's back stateside, of course, and she's the monitor. She's doing her thing, and we talk about a lot of things that's going on with her there and everything. And then she was gonna get out. We had a big fight over this. She didn't want to do. I'm not gonna stick around for Master Guns. I gotta do this, Sean this and Sean that, all this and that and everything, whatever, right? I said no. I said no. No. We fought hard. I wasn't gonna lose this one. You deserve to be a Master Gun. All that you've done, all that you put in there, that you're the best. Why you're gonna climb the mountain, and be on the top of the mountain. She did it, and I'm here to say I told you so. I told you so. You know that. So it was so she made it, and we're here today. So I want to say to the family, and I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna say to the family, thank you guys for all the support that you've given her. She talks about you guys. I've heard about you all throughout her in-laws and everything. You guys have been outstanding. I mean, you guys are some outstanding in-laws, I'll tell you. And then Miss Troop, you raised it's like I told you, you raised an exceptional woman, exceptional Marine, and she is the mother she is because of you. So I want to thank you. And then your husband, which we affectionately call him Butchie. He would have been over the moon today if he was here. He loved everything about her. Yeah, being a Marine. And I tell you, I'll never forget the first time I met him. So we're getting ready to deploy. We have a family thing. We have all the families come in, and I'm sitting there shaking hands. Yeah, brand new warrant officer. He comes up to me and he says, hey, let's go to the side. I go to the side, and he's like, he puts his finger and he says, take care of my daughter.
He did.
And I don't mean I saw his eyes. And I had the gravity of me of having to take care of these Marines out here on combat. But the way he said it was like, take care of my daughter. You're gonna have to see me if there's a problem when you get back. I said, okay. So that all that's factoring in my mind when they're saying, hey, we need her for the Lioness. I'm like, God, if I do this, if I let her go, then what? But nevertheless, I mean, he was he's an inspiration for her. I mean, listen, he's looking down today. He's very happy today. I know he knew you were gonna. We and him would talk. He knew you were gonna be here, and that's one of the reasons I fought so hard for you to be Master Guns. That's what he wanted. So it's good. Sean, again, you're her anchor. You're her why. You're her everything. Okay, everything she did from the time you were born was for you. Okay, she's even probably in my estimation, she's getting out today for you. But I just want to say that not only now you don't know the support that you gave your mother, man. You didn't give her no problems. You were her ride or die. You ran a marathon with her. You've done all kind of things with her. So I salute you, man, and thank you for everything that you did for your mom. Man, appreciate you. And with that, I'm gonna get out of the way. But listen, Lisa, I love you. You know what? We've talked for 20 plus years, man. I'm proud of you. You did your thing, okay? And I know I was there through all the trials and tribulations and all the things that happened to you. You never took a step back. You faced it head on, and I love that about you. And I can never be any prouder. Like I said, it's like retiring a daughter. And it was my pleasure to be up here with you and stand with you today, okay? And so before I go, ladies and gentlemen, help me give me a round of applause for the Master Guns Sergeant Marshal. Okay, so with that, I'm gonna bring up the special guy. Mr. Sean Marshall himself, he's gonna say some words about his mother. Here we go, Sean Marshall.
Okay.